Hi, my name is Bear, and let's start with Tainted Grail Conquest. This is a unique, infinitely replayable, story-driven hybrid between a deck-building roguelite and an RPG game. Here you will explore the ever-changing maps, fight with deadly enemies, and learn what happened to the cursed island of Avalon. You will find 9 unique hero classes, 460 cards, 340 passive skills, 50 masteries, and a lot of other stuff you don't really care to hear about right now if you never play the game. I can say one thing for sure, it's a dark fantasy game with all the dark benefits of it. Original monsters and beasts, creepy adversaries, and fun gameplay await you here. About 90% of the reviews are positive, so it's safe to say that there is a huge chance that you will like the game if you like the genre. People on Steam are saying that this game is gritty, gnarly, dark, and worth your money even when it's not on sale. Owlboy. I don't know who had an affair with the owl from Winnie the Pooh, but the Owlboy is obviously the result of this forbidden love. Well, they have covered this story with some other one in the game, but we all know the truth. So if you were ever thinking, what if classic pixel art platformer games were made today, Owlboy is probably one of the best examples of that. Gameplay is really fun, and it has a heart-touching story and characters. And to be honest, it's probably an amazing game to play on your Steam Deck. But if you, like me, don't have one yet, be sure that you have at least a gamepad to play Owlboy. I can assure you, it is a pain in the assicles to play it with a keyboard. Game has close to 90% of positive reviews, so it's fair to say that this is a good game, and this price is kinda nice as well. Hell Let Loose. This is a hardcore World War II first-person shooter with epic battles consisting of 100 players, with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting frontline, and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. People on Steam are saying that 80% of the time you will spend either dead, walking, or under artillery fire. You can spawn half of the time without getting insta-killed by bombs or accurate bullets, but the fact is that you don't mind. Those few moments when you kill somebody who has just spawned are precious, and you would not give them up for anything. And very positive reviews of this game ain't gonna let me lie to you. Only disadvantage here is the price. It's still quite high. Well, not as high as Snoop Dogg or Seth Rogen though. Singularity. Here you'll be a witness of so-called Singularity event that fractured time and threatened the world as we know it. Some say it was the day when everyone forgot the potato salad recipe. That bent time and space, a real apocalypse happened. So here, armed with powerful advanced weaponry and the experimental time manipulation device, you'll fight enemies from the past, the present, and the abominations caught in somewhere in between. With the help of this magical device, you will age enemies to dust in seconds, manipulate objects outside the laws of gravity, and degrade things or renew them to their pristine form. You will be a real time bender here.
I control time and space.
Spellforce free Reforced. If you are searching for something like the third Warcraft, search no more. This is a fun mix of RPG and RTS, meaning that most of the time you will control heroes that can gain experience, new skills, and all that. Really similar to Warcraft's additional huge maps where you control Rexxar, and the other half of the game is traditional base building, unit training and upgrading so you could swarm the enemy with your eternal wrath. Campaigns are really well written, so reading and listening for conversations will be the thing you'll do a lot. And I mean it, about a third of the game consists of dialogues. So if you just want quick matches where you can show your insane APM of 20, it's not the case. But if you want story-rich RTS RPG game, this is definitely for you. Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. As people say, this game is a mix of Batman, Assassin's Creed, The Witcher, and Tetris. Why Tetris, you ask? As I always say, in this game, just like in Tetris, enemies will come at you in all shapes and sizes at different speeds, and you will have to make them disappear if you want to survive. See, Middle-earth is just like Tetris. Deal with it. Here the visuals and the world captures the essence of Middle-earth absolutely perfectly. You know, in the same way like potato salad captures your taste buds. Just like that. If you are a fan of Tolkien's world, this game will make you an addict. This is a real orc-killing simulator after all. The story is also nice to say the least, and combat is very satisfying. You will feel as a bit overpowered combat god, but that won't affect the gameplay itself. You will always get some really hard adversaries to test the strength of your mental balls. Don't be shy, have them big and hairy so your enemies would die from fear alone. Planescape Torment Enhanced Edition. The game without a doubt has one of the most impressive worlds among all CRPG games. Really unique locations, art style and characters makes this game a must-play for every RPG fan, although keep in mind that Planescape Torment is more like a book where you can choose what the main protagonist will do next. Fighting part is not as important here as dialogues, but in general the game is more than 50 hours long, so if you can enjoy walls of text, you will be up for a treat. The game is old, but this enhanced edition is, enhanced with better resolution, 4K interface, quick loot, remastered music and all the life quality improving content that we didn't have back then when it initially came out. This is without a doubt a classic that you can't ignore. IXION. Propelled onwards through a perilous journey, you are the administrator of the mighty space station, charged with finding a new home for humanity. Keeping the station sound and flying will require a firm hand and strategic thinking. You are constantly pulled between maintaining hull integrity, bringing in new resources and managing power consumption. What choices will you make when confronted with impending disaster? What will you discover out there in the dark? Probably nothing good. We all know that Borg is somewhere out there. Dead Cells. Overwhelmingly positive reviews should lock your attention even if you don't like pixel art graphics. And this game can stand strong behind the name of the style, it's true art. The game is really beautiful, just like you my friend, but graphics are just one side of the coin. People on Steam are saying that this roguelite Metroidvania is probably the best game of the genre. Along with the graphics, you will get great music and gameplay more addictive than Potato Salad. People are also joking that here using the machete and pistol weapon is the closest thing we'll ever get to Bloodborne on PC. And speaking about platforms, it should be an amazing experience on Steam Deck. You can also acquire it on Switch, but we all know that Nintendo is not very fond of discounts, so the Steam version it is. Blackwake. Well, just look at this price. I doubt that you can find a much better deal this week than this. Blackwake is an open-world multiplayer naval FPS focused on teamwork and cooperation. You'll fire cannons, sink ships or board them, with up to 54 players in the game. Blackwake, in my opinion, is a poor man's Sea of Thieves, but it is still fun to play for a few hours. I don't think that you will come back to it very often, or ever to be honest, but for this price, a few hours of fun is definitely a good choice. Although keep in mind that the game is 3 years old and having a full lobby is a mission impossible, as well as half full, so maybe play it with your friends. You can probably buy a copy to every friend you have. That will still cost you less than €1.
Wait a minute, I see what you did here.
Yes, guilty as charged. Honey, I joined a cult. The title is a bit misleading because here you won't be joining a cult, you will be the boss of it. So let's go and create our own religion and become respectful cult leaders. In the process, make some real good money and exploit others by imposing our own will on various dimwits. Here, as everywhere else, effective management is at the heart of every money-making enterprise, and your organization is no exception. Dressing in snappy robes isn't enough, your cult must run like a well-oiled hypnotic wheel. People on Steam are talking that this is a great game to relax and play for an hour or so once in a while, so if you like management games, it may be your spoon of potato salad, but don't expect miracles. It's an entertaining game, not an actual cult simulator. You won't be actually learning how to scam people with imaginary friends. Anyway, 8 out of 10 people are happy with the game, so there is a chance that you will like it as well. Overcooked. This is a game for 2 to 4 people. I have it on my PlayStation and I occasionally play it with my wife. So the main feature of this game is that if you and your significant other have a calm, beautiful life, without any screaming at each other, without yelling profanities and so on, this game may fix it. I can guarantee that no matter how calm you are, you will lose your shit here every time you play. At first you will fail to cook some simple meal, then you will fail even more and will start to wonder what are you doing wrong. The answer is usually everything. So you must take the lead and become a chef. The other one will become your sous chef and will have to do as you say if you want to complete level after level. You may think that you are the head of the family, but turns can table very quickly here when your lead will take you and your SO to failure and doom. Then you will switch and you will do as your SO says. And if you finally complete the level, you will feel confused. You achieved your goal, but only because you did everything you were told and didn't use the tiny organ in between your ears practically at all. This is a great game, really humbling. Everything. Now, if you wondered if we live in a simulation, this game is a great example of how it can go if someone who created or simulated universe decided to play a bit with it. And I'm not talking about making your nose even larger for fun, no. Game has a much bigger scale, although not as big as your mama. Everything is an interactive experience where every object in the universe is a playable character, from animals to planets to galaxies and beyond. Travel between outer and inner space and explore a vast interconnected universe of things without enforced goals, scores or tasks to complete. This is a sandbox where you can sink a lot of your time, and it is more for art than an actual game, but it works as a great stress reliever. Some say even better than potato salad. No, actually nobody said that, at least in this universe. Beyond Two Souls. Here you will take on the role of Jodie, a woman born with a connection to a mysterious entity with incredible powers. And I'm talking about real powers, not like those possessed by your uncle. You know, his incredible power to drink a few liters of vodka and still drive home. No, the thing is real here, and your actions will determine Jodie's fate as she faces extraordinary challenges and danger on a journey to discover the truth of who she really is. If you like games similar to Life is Strange or Detroit Become Human, this is another great title for you, but with a little bit more action. And if you are in doubt, you can download a free demo version on Steam and see what this game is really all about. Blasphemous. This game is a true work of art. I don't think that any of you will argue with me about that. Art-wise, this is one of the best examples of Metroidvania and Souls genre collision. Interesting thing is that the major influence of Blasphemous' story and design was the religious art of the city of Seville in Spain, and also works of famous Spanish painters, especially Francisco Goya and his 200-year-old painting called A Procession of Flagellants, or Flagellants, I have no idea how to say it. If you want some nightmares before bed, just Google Goya's paintings. They are as great as they are creepy. People on Steam are saying that the game has incredible dynamic music and amazing voice acting. Also, some dudes are seriously stating that Blasphemous was a gateway drug to a 2D indie platformer games from AAA Souls-likes, so it can really expand your horizons, but mostly here you will just die and die again. Dead Island Definitive Edition. The same developers who made Dying Light created this zombie-infested game as well, and this zombie apocalypse is more beautiful than ever. You will be running from and killing undead in the beautiful tropical island, a wonderful paradise on Earth, and this contrast is really great. Exploring this island is really fun, from the zombie-infested deserted city to secluded beaches and vast highlands. Roam around in order to discover the story behind the zombie outbreak. You can also play in a story-based 4-player co-op mode. Also, have you noticed that this game actually calls zombies zombies? Not walkers, roamers, crazed ones, biters, freakers and so on, but actual zombies, and they have my respect for not trying to invent the bicycle again. Zombies are zombies.
But what if they are fast and smart?
Then they are fast, smart zombies. Period. Anyway, in Dead Island Definitive Edition you will get the main game and all the DLCs as well. Also, graphics are in HD and so on, and the price is more than great. Second part of the game was released recently and it is great. Check out my review on my channel, you won't regret it. Astroneer. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here, astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure, you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically, you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. People on Steam are saying that here you are your own worst enemy. You will fall off the cliffs, touch deadly plants and forget something at your base that is half a galaxy away. Yeah, anyway, very positive reviews are here for a reason. Almost everyone loves the game and there is a huge chance that you will love it as well. Age of Darkness Final Stand. Since that StarCraft mission I played 20 years ago where I had to hold my base intact against a never-ending Zerg attack, this concept landed in a warm place of my cold beard heart. Later I have played countless maps like that on StarCraft 2 and then There Billions was released. I enjoyed the game but I was disappointed as well, because it lacked unit types and was kinda repetitive. Age of Darkness is a bit different. It has a very positive review score on Steam and the technology, allowing over 70,000 swarming AI units on screen screen at the same time. Also day and night transitions and more defensive units than their billions had. That sounds nice, but we all know how this gameplay will go for you. You'll see some zombies breaching your walls and then you'll be like,
this is fine.
Conan Exiles. This is an online multiplayer survival game with mounts and mounted combat set in the lands of Conan the Barbarian. You'll journey through a massive and seamless open world, from the rolling sand dunes of the southern desert to the mysterious eastern swamp and the snow-capped mountains of the frozen north. Climb anywhere and experience full freedom of exploration. In other words, it is an open world sandbox and you can play together with friends or, with creepy strangers as you build your own home or even a shared city. You will have to survive freezing cold, explore loot-filled dungeons and develop your character from lowly peasant to a mighty barbarian. Also fight to dominate your enemies in epic siege wars. People on Steam are talking that the game is a bit buggy and that can be annoying, but it also has boobs in it, so for that you can forgive almost anything. The Binding of Isaac. 97% of positive reviews is something that must be exhibited in the Museum of Awesome, and those 97% are left not by some bunch of 200 people. Oh no, you have to add 3 zeros to that. So more than 200,000 people are saying that this game is awesome. It's an automatic must play and you have no arguments against that. So the story begins when Isaac's mother starts hearing the voice of God in her head, demanding a sacrifice be made to prove her faith. Isaac escapes into the basement, facing droves of deranged enemies and lost brothers and sisters. Those who were sacrificed before to prove the faith, also his fears and deepest terrors, and eventually his loving mother. Here you'll find over 500 hours of gameplay, challenge runs, more than 450 items, controller support and 2-player local co-op. The game also supports 60 frames per second refresh rate and, listen to that, 637 Steam achievements. So I guess it's your time to collect them all. Spellforce 3 Fallen God. Another game from the famous franchise, but sadly often overlooked. And that's a shame because Fallen God has a great plot, dialogues and interesting characters. And it is a beautiful game. It is an absolutely standalone title. You don't need to play or even know anything about Spellforce at all to enjoy it. The stories are absolutely separated, just like you and your ex right now. I would say that Fallen God is a hybrid between Warcraft 3 and party-based real-time RPGs. You will be traveling around extremely huge maps with your heroes, and from time to time you will have to build a base and attack unsuspecting enemies, pillage their puny villages and eat their children. Well, maybe not the latter, but who knows, some of your heroes look pretty ravenous to be honest. Hitman World of Assassination. This is probably the best Hitman experience possible nowadays. You'll visit more than 20 different locations, unlock new gear, travel a living and breathing world filled with intriguing characters and lethal opportunities. With this bundle you will get Hitman 3 game, with 6 DLCs, VR mode and access to all Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 missions. People on Steam are saying that this is an amazing experience, very sandboxish and will provide many hours of fun, although it has one big flaw. Every witness asked about,
have you seen anything strange?
Will tell you about a tall, bald man with a barcode tattoo. Most of the time the tattoo is visible for everyone. It's really dumb. Honestly, have you seen anything stranger this week? If yes, share in the comments. Spill your tea. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
And I'll see you next time. Bye.